discussions. And speaking of the mayor, he has just returned along with some councillors from the Association of Municipalities of Ontario conference in Ottawa. He joins me now live in studio with more on what was discussed. Thanks for joining us, Mayor Gerretsen.
My pleasure.
So why is it important to attend this annual conference?
Well, the Association of the Municipalities of Ontario have a conference on an annual basis where various different elected officials from throughout the province get together to discuss common issues, best practices, so on and so forth. And it also gives an opportunity for those municipalities to interact with the provincial government, to make certain asks, to bring certain issues forward to the provincial government so that they can be known.
Sometimes you have the opportunity to bend the ear of a minister, is that right?
That's right. We met with a number of ministers when we were there. The City of Kingston, myself and Councillor Berg, Councillor Patterson and Councillor Scott, who were with me, and met with the Minister of Immigration, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Energy, the Minister of Labour. So we had a good opportunity to discuss our issues with various different ministers that represent Ontario.
And what are some of those issues that you discussed?
Well, for example, with the Minister of Energy, we talked about the Samsung solar panel project that is going on in the rural part of the city. The Minister of Immigration, we wanted to talk about what the province's plan was for attracting immigrants into Ontario, and so that we could dovetail that with our immigration strategy that we're putting together and bring some of those people into Kingston. The Minister of Finance, when we met, I brought up the topic that I do every year. We had a lengthy discussion about heads and beds and getting that payment in lieu of transfer to the municipalities. And you know, it's an opportunity to continue to move that dialogue along, and we use it for that. I'm also part of LUMCO, which is the Large Urban Mayors group of Ontario, and our group, represented by myself, Hazel McCallion, Jeff Lehman, the Mayor of Barrie, as well as various different mayors from throughout the GTA, and Mayor Watson of Ottawa. We met with the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, as well as the leaders of both opposition parties, the New Democrats and the Conservatives, to discuss the challenges, quite frankly, that the provincial government is having in getting along. And because there's so much friction, it's making it difficult for some rather simple legislation that the province has before itself that will affect municipalities to even get through the House of Commons. So there was a lot of discussion going on and a lot of activity, opportunities to have those discussions.
So it's a discussion-based event. No firm decisions come out of it.
No, you very rarely ever will see a firm decision come out of that. I mean, the ministers are there to meet with the various different groups so that they can be informed, and we're there to give our positions and to help shape the way that policy comes through in the provincial level that affects municipalities.
All right. Now, I know a neighbouring municipality did bend the ear of the Minister of Finance with regard to the charity casino issue. Did you have a discussion about that?
No, that didn't come up. Quite frankly, there were many other pressing issues that we wanted to talk about. Community services, you know, heads and beds. You know, there are a lot of pressing issues that we like to spend our time. And you know, for us, for Kingston, that wasn't one of the ones that was on the top of the list for me to engage ministers about. So we tried to focus our time on some of those other things.
Okay, Mayor Gerretsen, thanks so much for taking the time and letting us know how the conference went.
Thanks for having me.
Turning to other news now, and new concerns over the use of e-bikes. The two-wheeled vehicle is